Welcome back to the Indie Jacob YouTube channel where we talk about video games. So if you're not aware, Mario Kart Booster Course Pass Wave 4 DLC just dropped like a few days ago. And I'm just gonna come right out and say it, but this is a pretty good wave. Like pretty much every track in here for the most part is really solid, except for a couple that you might be able to predict. Nintendo has improved like the textures on a lot of these new ones. They feel more like actual Mario Kart 8 tracks rather than some of those ones in Wave 1 where you're looking at that and you're like, wow, that is a dumpster fire of shit. Oh, and we also got Birdo? And apparently 5 more characters? Okay. This wave, for the most part, pretty much rivals Wave 2 as my favorite wave so far, and that makes me grin. But you wanna know what else makes me grin? Clothes. So I just want to send a huge thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Into the AM. Guys, you know me. I want to look good, but more importantly, I want to feel good. Into the AM is a pretty sweet clothing brand that lives and breathes creativity. Now, they've been making and developing premium apparel that elevates self-expression since like 2012, which, fun fact, is the year that I graduated high school, and also the year that 2012 came out. Yeah, so actually it came out in 2009. One thing that I really like about their products is there's just something for everyone. You want some basic comfy tees? Boom. You want something on it with a little pizzazz? How about a good lounging sweatshirt with an astronaut on it? Absolutely, yes please, I've never wanted anything more. With over 30,000 5-star customer reviews, Into the AM is a brand that you can love and you can trust. And I'm not kidding guys, this stuff is like really nice and it fits and it's comfortable. Like I wouldn't be here talking about it right now if I didn't genuinely think this was actually like a decent product. So if you're interested in picking up some sweet apparel for your hot bodies, check out one of their bundle packs. You can get 3 basic tees for $49.95 or get 3 of their graphic tees for $60. And the best part is if you click on the link in the description below and you use the code indiejacob, you're gonna save an extra 10% on your order. And who doesn't like saving money, right? I mean, gas is expensive. And so are groceries. Thanks again to Into the AM for sponsoring today's video. And now, let's talk about Mario Kart. So I'm cheating a little bit here with these first two, but I really could not decide which of these I liked worse. So Bangkok Rush and Amsterdam Drift, is that what it's called? Yeah, that's what it's called. Both of these I'm not gelling with, like at all. Whenever I first started this DLC up, I played these once and I'm like, really not a fan of these. And then as I played it a little bit more, I was like, okay, maybe I'm coming around to this. This is starting to feel a little bit better. Now, no. I don't know what it is with these tour tracks, but most of them, I mean, they feel like they're just ripped from something simpler and just less fun. I'm not gelling with this style like at all. It feels so simple, but also it feels like it's designed for a game that's supposed to be slower. Because a lot of the pacing with these tour tracks, it feels off. It feels like the turns are supposed to be tighter because the pacing of the karting is supposed to be slower or something. I don't like it. Now, that's not to say that these are just like but what I am saying is like these are not close to the rest of the wave in my opinion. You might disagree. You might like it. Maybe you're from Bangkok. Maybe you dig that. I don't. I do like how there's underwater sections in Amsterdam Drift, but that track as a whole just kind of feels slower, so I can't really... I don't know. I was really disappointed by both of these. Like, I even did the test where I put them in 200cc. Like, usually whenever there's a track I don't like in Mario Kart 8, I decide, you know what, let's throw it in 200cc and see if it's better. Like, Toad Circuit, absolutely banger-ass track in 200cc. Bangkok Rush is not. So Mario Circuit DS, I don't remember anything. I don't remember anything about this track originally. Like, people keep telling me this is an awesome remake of it. I have the faintest of memories of piranha plants shooting fireballs at me. But like, I had to go back and actually look at comparison footage of this to see what they changed. So I will say, I do like this forest section. This is nice. And I also like how on the third lap, you know how the Wiggly Woos who comes up and tries to get you. Look at him. He's just sleeping. So I can definitely appreciate how like this does feel more modernized and updated compared to the original, and it definitely feels more fun. I did end up going back to Mario Kart DS for like 5 minutes to try it out because I'm like, I literally don't remember anything about this. And while I can definitely say that this is a solid track, like I don't really have any major complaints about this. This one feels great, feels fine in 200cc. The pacing of it's good. You know, I am a Mario Karter. There's just nothing about this track that stands out other than, like, I will say the one thing I like about this track a lot, the Piranha Plants fireballs are actually, like, you actually have to think when you're driving past them. So many of these obstacles in Mario Kart 8, you're kind of just like, okay, I know the path that you're going to follow to try to get me. These like actually change up, and the way they bounce is just kind of like awkward and unpredictable slightly. So yeah, it's nice. So Singapore Speedway, this is an entirely new track to me. I never played this one in Mario Kart Tour, and if I did, I certainly don't remember it. So I'm coming into this with completely fresh eyes, and this is a pretty fun track. This tells me that Mario Kart Tour tracks can be fun. Like between this and Sydney Sprint, those are definitely the best tour tracks that have come out in the Booster Course Pass so far, in my opinion. Now, this isn't as good as Sydney Sprint. I still think Sydney Sprint is an extremely strong track. This one definitely has some moments where I do feel like the pacing really, really slows down, and it kind of has that issue where you feel like you're going at 150cc, but it feels like it's 50cc. But yeah, I love how in the beginning you kind of start out slow, and then it just all of a sudden ramps up. You're flying up to this like top floor Goomba pond. That's not even close to right. And then after that, you're kind of flying back down and you're hitting these like boost rings, and then it turns into this just like city race for the second lap. This one does a really good job whenever it comes to changing up the course like throughout the tracks. Because I will say the first 2 laps feel definitely like they're a lot shorter and they kind of feel like a little bit slower, but then that 3rd lap kicks in and oh, that's so good. This is just a very visually dynamic course, and I love that it takes place at like dusk too. It's kind of a fun setting with all the bright city lights just smacking you in the face. After Amsterdam and Bangkok, I was not expecting this to be good, but like it's super pleasant surprise. So DK Summit, it's home to my boy. I'm a Dong fan. I really don't have anything I don't like about this track, other than I feel like in this version, the snowbanks, like the big piles of like pink, white snow, those like really slow you down more. Is that just me? Do these slow you down more than they did in the original?
I really can't say, but yes.
For some reason in this version, it feels like I'm running through like a big jar of molasses as I hit them. But no, man, the half pipes are back. This track still feels absolutely fucking phenomenal. There's not really any glaring like updates to this track, and I think that's for the best. I did notice that I felt like I had to think a lot more whenever I was drifting around that kind of S curve, and I think that's for the better. Like I don't really have any complaints about this track. It's solid. And I love the big statue of DK. That's nice. I cannot believe that what I thought originally was a super fucking average like super circuit track, I can't believe that I'm putting that at number 3 on this list. I don't have one complaint about this track like at all. Man, the flow of this is so good. It's a constant just like drifting game throughout this entire track. There's no part in this track that I find is boring or slow or anything. So Riverside Park originally in Super Circuit was kind of just like nothing. It's like, here's a dirt road next to a river and there's some trees out in the distance, like Dong Man likes this. Hey. And this is just the trend that I'm seeing with super circuit tracks in the Booster Course Pass. Like, all of these are awesome glow-ups, man. Between this and Boo Lake and Snowland, these are all like so much fun, and it stay really true to the original except Sky Garden. And Riverside Park is no exception. Like, it's pretty much the same track, just with a little bit more like dynamic hills and ranges and stuff. You got a couple areas that you can do tricks off of, and I love the cave and the like waterfall at the end, and the Patuis. Is that how you say it? Is it Tuis? I'm gonna say Patui. What a fun addition to this track. Like, if you hit them, sometimes they can like leave mushrooms out. Dude, it's so good. Okay, Waluigi Stadium. Do I like this as much as the original?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
The only thing that I don't like about this track is sometimes the dirt just feels a little bizarre to drive on, and the hills feel a little weird, but the track layout is still so damn good. It's like they took an S+ tier track and they made it like an A+. It's still fantastic. It's still absolutely amazing. It's one of my favorite tracks in the Booster Course Pass. It's just not as good. Now, one change I do really like that they made in here is they have these kind of railways that are up top, so you can now like half pipe up onto these, and you get these like mild little short shortcuts that go throughout, and I do like how at the end it turns into a long gliding section. That's a good time. Yeah, I don't know why, though, they made the first piranha plant guys. Why are they diagonally pointing upwards? I'm not going up there. I don't know, I just didn't think that made very much sense. So, like, you're removing an obstacle and making it slightly easier, but kind of like in a dumb way. It's like, why are these even here now? Overall, though, really good track, still a lot of fun. Definitely looking forward to playing more Double Dash tracks if they bring them, and they should, because Double Dash is super underrated and awesome. This track is so fucking good. It is like Easter egg heaven in here, because there's so many little things that they just absolutely nailed about this track. Like, this dude's here, he's annoying, as he is in the game. And I love how the coins make the Yoshi's Island coin sound, and like the starting music is different and the ending music is different. And I love how at the very end you can hit one of the puff cloud question mark things and it like makes this entire new shortcut that has the same sound effect. It's awesome. I appreciate the attention to detail with this. And to top it off, it's just a really fun track. You got all your mainstays here. You got like land, you got the sea, you got the air, you got this big ass dude. Just really pleasantly surprised that this turned out to be really good. I was kind of expecting this to just be like a super average track that just had Yoshi sounds in it, and I am so happy that I was wrong. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Wave 4 of the Booster Course Pass for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Nintendo Switch family of systems. This was not an easy list for me to make. You could almost take any of these tracks and kind of like mix them around a little bit, except for Yoshi's Island, that stay number 1. Yeah, leave your thoughts in the comments below, and thanks again to Into the AM for sponsoring this video. Really appreciate the support, guys. I like this wolf shirt. Daisy's also a big fan of it.